Here with Greenville's Ben Cano. Ben scored his 1,000th career point last night, which would have been Tuesday night, the 9th of February. Congratulations, Ben, first of all.
Thank you, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for joining us here on D9and10sports.com and to do this interview. And, talk a little bit about, when did you start thinking about scoring 1,000 career points?
It didn't really go into my head until maybe end of sophomore year when you're kind of looking at the numbers thinking, this might be a possibility, So didn't really think about it before end of sophomore year.
This is a question I've asked almost everybody this year. With the way this season's kind of unfolded with the uncertainty and all that, was there ever a point where you were starting to think, hey, this might not happen?
Yeah, it was kind of in the back of my head. You're not really sure. There's obviously a lot of uncertainty this year. You don't know if you're going to play 10 games, 0 games, get a full season. I guess what I was just trying to do is just be ready for whatever we get. And, I'm thankful for how the season's gone so far that we're able to play so much. So went well.
It was kind of a fun moment when we watched the video, and obviously you got to experience it live. You score your 1,000th point, and one of your teammates kind of comes rushing off the bench and kind of like that hero embrace type thing. How cool of a moment was that for you?
Oh, that was such a sweet moment. I'm so thankful for my teammates. They've been so great, and it was such a fun moment to have the support of your teammates and coaches, and kind of relief. It's over now finally. So it was really sweet. It was cool.
You scored 25. I think you said you only needed something like 9, but kind of walk us through the play that you scored your 1,000th point on and what was going through your mind, if anything was going through it. And did you realize that was the basket that gave you 1,000?
I knew that was the basket. I think we were doing like a motion type of play. I ended up cutting through the middle, and I posted up on the right block. Evan had given me a great pass to the right block, and the defender overplayed a little bit, so I was able to get that right-handed layup on the left side. And that was it. It was a fairly open shot, and I was just really excited that it went in.
It seems like that would be a lot of pressure. I haven't really asked many kids this, but how do you deal with the pressure of knowing you're that close to a milestone like that?
You just got to keep playing your game. I mean, it's all business. You got to just, go in, kind of try to cut the emotions out, and do what you can do. And then when it's over, you're just going to be able to keep playing your game. It's going to happen. And my teammates and my coaches were doing a great job of relax, just go play your game. Even a ref told me, he's like, relax, play your game, you're playing too fast. So people around me helped a lot, and the mindset doesn't change. Just go out there and do your thing.
You're obviously probably looking at everything, and the individual accomplishments are nice, but what are some of the goals that you have for your team the rest of the season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just want to keep getting better every day and just continue to execute. We're extremely happy with our coaching staff and how they're doing, and really the game plan going into each and every day. We're looking into the future, into possibly the playoffs. I mean, there's still a little bit of uncertainty with whatever's going on. We just want to take the region games really seriously and just, do as best we can, like every team does. And just really crack down in this next half of the season, get better every day, and see what we can do postseason if we get there.
Who are some of the people that have had the most influence on your career?
It's a good question. I guess coming into high school, junior high even, there's definitely a lot of people around me kind of my age that I could kind of look up to and see what they were doing, and kind of mentors. I'm going into my freshman year, and I'm walking into this power program with, Coach Batt was the head coach at the time, and Joe Batt, they just had their District 10 run. I got to see firsthand, I had to guard this guy, Joe Batt, in practice all the time and kind of see him do his thing, at his peak. And that was a big inspiration. Trent Mackerlane, a big part of that team as well. I was able to work with him so much in an off season, and he really got to kick my butt and and just kind of have a mentor. I got to see my sister score 1,000 points too, you know, obviously being around that. You know, I was really lucky to have a lot of kind of young adult, you know, inspirations going into high school that I can kind of look up to and be like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe I could do that, you know, something like that.
Basketball seems to be a family thing with you guys. You know, I know that you have some cousins over in District 9 that played at Keystone that had really successful careers. You talked about your sister. How much of it has been a family thing?
Oh yeah, it's for sure a family thing. I mean, my older sister, my cousins, my younger siblings, you know, we're all into basketball. You know, with Isaac and Dawn, we always have some good battles when we're playing. It's a great thing. And, you know, with my dad too, like he's the one that developed my game. Like it brought us so close because, you know, he's been with me every step of the way. And it's just been a big family thing that we do. And it's great. I love it.
How would you describe your game? For somebody maybe hasn't seen it like myself, how would you describe your game?
It's a good question. My game, I try to have a good amount of power to my game. I suppose I'm a taller person, a lot of power, definitely finishing at the basket, while still having some strength around the perimeter and some ball handling. I think overall pretty well rounded. Like I can kind of be everywhere and be pretty successful, I'd say. But I don't want to say too much to people that have to guard me in the future.
No, I understand. Outside of basketball, what has Ben like to do?
Yeah, outside of basketball, I mean, right now, obviously not going out too much, but I really like doing art projects. Like I'm in art class right now. I like to draw and paint and stuff. I like to play the violin. I took some lessons and I'm doing that. I'm going to be in the play for the school, which I think is pretty interesting.
What play are you guys doing?
We're doing Mamma Mia this year. So I just went out for that with a couple of my buddies and we're excited for that. So yeah, other stuff to kind of, I guess, keep your mind off things sometimes, deal with the stress. I like to do other stuff, obviously.
You know, it sounds like you're really well rounded. Is that something that somebody emphasized to you somewhere along the way, or is that something that you just picked up naturally?
Growing up, I guess I was kind of around a lot of different things. Like, you know, my dad's really into the fine arts. Like, he's a great opera singer. So I've always, and my brother Tristan's like a musical genius. So I got to kind of see that growing up and kind of be inspired. And my other brothers really liked art. So I guess it's something you've kind of been around and you're kind of inspired by, you know, the people you grew up with and maybe just something you pick up, you know. In the play, we just did it because we thought it would be fun. We're excited for that too.
Well, Ben, thanks for taking a few minutes of your time tonight to just talk a little bit about scoring your 1,000th point and giving some people some really great insight that maybe somebody didn't know this about you. And that's really cool. And I think you're doing some wonderful things. And again, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.